Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, this is Ilyas. I am hosting this program for GBS, Global Perinatal Services, that makes meetings every Friday at 4 o'clock, and we talk about different things every Friday. Sometimes we only have fathers, and like today, since this information is important, we also invited sisters and mothers to join us, our women to join us to get information. We know the last year has been so hard on everyone. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are having difficulty going back to school or starting new career or education or vocational training. Um, Fortunately, today we have the right person to talk to, Julius Lloyd, who works at South Seattle Community College. He is joining us today to give us more information about these resources and how people can access those resources. I will have him introduce himself and let us know what he does. Julius, thank you so much for joining us. Please, we appreciate you joined us today. Please introduce yourself and let us know, tell us what you do and how you can help people.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you having me today to present this information. Again, my name is Julius Lloyd, and so I'm the new interim director for workforce education at South Seattle College. And so, just a little bit about what I do. So, in workforce education, we help provide funding for students who are interested in or who are taking classes in professional technical programs. So we provide tuition assistance, we help with books, required supplies, and then also transportation. It's a little bit about workforce education. Um, so we have various tuition assistance programs. So uh, kind of like I was mentioning with tuition assistance, books, transportation, required supplies. And so typically there are a few ways that individuals can become eligible for workforce funding. Um, and a few of the grant programs that we are able to get students eligible for instance, are our worker retraining program, the Work First, which is also known as TANF, or the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, Basic Food Employment and Training Program, which is also known as the BFET program. So individuals who are receiving basic food or SNAP benefits from DSHS can be eligible for workforce funding. We also partner with other resources on campus and different grant opportunities. And I'll just name a few of those. So, like the Opportunity Grant, which is also funding opportunity. We have an embedded WorkSource Career Center. So, we also uh, support individuals who are, looking to apply for jobs, looking to gain additional skills for a position. So with our WorkSource Center, we also partner and help with, resumes, cover letters, completing job search applications. Um, and then if individuals are applying for unemployment benefits, we also help in that aspect. And yeah, and so then kind of how so different programs that we offer. And so I'll kind of share my screen in a little bit just to kind of walk you all through this. But some of the programs that we offer on campus that are eligible workforce programs are uh, automotive technology program. We have aviation, culinary arts, landscape horticulture, um, welding. So we have a short-term welding program, which is maritime shipyard welding. And then we have a longer-term welding fabrication program. We have wine, and then we also offer nursing prerequisites and partner with the nursing assistance program.
Excuse me, Julius, are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, let me
Okay,
go ahead and do that right now.
okay. Let me know if you can't. I make you a co-host, and I think that will. Yes, that's great.
Can you see it? You can see my
Yes,
screen?
yes, we
Okay.
can. Yes, thank you.
So this is our workforce ed site here. So how I got there was just type in southseattle.edu. It'll take you to our South Seattle College homepage, as you can see here. But at the top here, there's a little like magnifying glass, so you can click on that, type in workforce ed, and this will take you to our workforce education webpage. And so here we offer drop-in hours. So if anybody would like to come into a drop-in hour to find out a little bit more about workforce funding, how it works, programs we support, types of funding that we offer, we have drop-in hours every Thursday from 1 to 4 p.m. The Zoom link here, you just can click here. We have our meeting ID and password. It also lists our workforce funding form. So each quarter, the students want to see if they're eligible for workforce funding. They can come to the site, and we have each quarter we have an updated workforce application for students to complete. And that's how we determine funding eligibility. You fill that out, and then we review and let you know if you're eligible or not, or how you can become eligible. Then it tells a little bit about the support that we offer. So like I was mentioning, if students qualify, we help with tuition and fees, textbooks, required supplies, a student ID card, and then a parking permit or an ORCA card, or an ORCA card. So whether or not you take the bus to campus or if you drive, we offer those things. So with the pandemic right now, a lot of the classes that we offer are mainly online, but we do have some hybrid courses right now. So if you think of more of the hands-on programs, those are still on campus taking some classes. And then it lists our programs here that we offer. So you can click on each of the links, and that'll tell you a little bit more about the programs. So if you want to learn a little bit more about, programs and figure out what is most of interest to you, you can click on those links and find out more information. We do also offer orientations and info sessions. So if you want to watch a video, we have some short video clips that kind of go into more depth about our programs and then the type of careers that they lead into once complete. And so you'll find all that information here on the site. And then, like I was mentioning, some of the eligibility requirements, but the grants that students can be eligible to receive funding assistance, you'll find here. So like I was mentioning, worker retraining, the Work First, TANF, basic food, which is the BFET program, and then some additional funding sources here. And then, let's see. You can also, if you see here, programs. So if you click this, so the site that we're on, a lot of those programs that I was just showing you, you'll be able to find. Those are career training programs. So more of the hands-on, welding, automotive, culinary, landscape, horticulture programs. But we do also offer academic transfer programs. So these are like if you want to take some classes and then transfer to a four-year university. We do also offer those program pathways. And so you'll see it lists here all of our academic transfer programs. And so how these work with our workforce funding is a little bit more complicated. And I can send out more information if anybody is interested in any of these programs. I can provide a little bit more information about those. I'll go back here. We do also offer some shorter term training programs, which are offered at our Georgetown campus. And so CNC Machining, Manufacturing Academy, those are going to be like a 3-quarter program is the CNC Machining. Manufacturing Academy is about 1-quarter program. And so those are more short-term training programs. I'll kind of go here, or actually, so for people who may not be, who may be receiving unemployment benefits, if you know you're looking to go back to school to gain some skills to gain employment, or to move up in your career field, we do offer funding. And so through workforce funding, if you're receiving unemployment benefits, we would be able to get you eligible for funding assistance. All we would require from you would be like a copy of your unemployment documentation. And so that's through our worker retraining program, which you can read a little bit more about here. But I'll also provide you all with my contact information. So if anybody watches this video or has any questions for me, feel free to reach out to me, and I can go into a little bit more detail about those. I wanted to talk also about emergency funds. Since the pandemic has caused a lot of difficulties in personal life, as well as, you know, just academics and, you know, being able to support a family while going to school. Maybe if you got laid off, lost a job, or hours got reduced. On top of workforce funding, we do also offer emergency funds right now. And so emergency funds, workforce education, we try to partner and co-enroll with different funding sources just to be able to support students. So we'll find a way to get students eligible for tuition, book, transportation assistance. But if there's any other like personal things going on, whether you need help paying rent, if you have other bills that you need support with, emergency funds is a great opportunity for individuals to apply. If eligible, you can receive supports for various different things. And so our emergency fund site, basically what I did is, again, go to the magnifying glass, type in emergency funds. Oops. And that will take you here. And so you can find more information, like we have CARES Act funding. You can find out more here. Type of supports that they provide, if eligible. It'll show you eligibility requirements, and then it has the application that you can apply for here. If you have any questions about emergency funds, contact information is here. And, you know, our emergency funds, mainly everybody works in the workforce office. And so we're pretty responsive. If you reach out to us, we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. But you'll see, we also partner with community-based organizations, because we do, like I was saying, we have a work source center embedded into our campus. And so we partner with other community-based organizations. So one, for instance, is we have a benefits hub, which is in partnership with United Way. And so there's some funds. They help with housing assistance, financial coaching, referrals to other community resources. So if for whatever reason, maybe there's something that we can't help with or can't, answer a specific question, we connect with other community resources to provide as much support as we can for you. So what I'll do is, let me just stop sharing. So I don't know if, Ilias, if you have some questions for me right now, let me know. I'll just kind of pause, and then if there's no questions right now, I can try to go through some other things with you.
Hi, friends. Thank you, Julius, so much for sharing that information. That was so helpful. And I think a lot of questions that I had, you actually answered by going through your presentation. That was very good and helpful. I will ask my friends here if anyone has a specific question to ask or write to me. I'll share that with you. And then if you have more presentation to do, I will just give you to do that if they don't have any question. But I will ask you those couple of questions I have when you finish your other presentation. Thank you.
And what I'll do is actually, I'll post those links in the chat if you have access. That way you can just send those out now if that works for you. This is the emergency funds link.
Thank you.
And then I'll also post our workforce funding, workforce ed link. And so feel free if anybody wants to join our drop-in hours. Again, those are Thursdays from 1 to 4.
I missed it. I just have a quick question. Where are there programs that are specifically designed for people who are impacted by the pandemic, or is this just adding on to what was already there for those people?
Yeah, so I would say, the resources have kind of been there, but I would say the emergency funds like CARE Act, a lot of those are designed specifically from the impacts of the pandemic. And so those I would encourage if anybody is interested in attending classes at South Seattle College, utilize those resources. We have supports on campus. And so, emergency funds is there. Workforce is real helpful, especially for individuals who have, either their work hours have been reduced or if they've been laid off from their job due to the pandemic. We have funding available.
Got it. Thank you.
And then there are also, we have open scholarship opportunities as well. And that, I can post that link as well.
And Julius, thank you. If someone completes the vocational training, like those that you mentioned that were like shorter than 1 quarter or 2 quarters, I think,
Yeah.
do you does your office provide like job search and like job placement and all of that? Do you know if you have something available at your office?
Yeah, so with our work source center that we have, we partner with them, and so we do help with job search, resumes, cover letters, but then also those short-term training programs that I was mentioning. They do have partnership with different employers. So even like some of the welding classes that we have, the CNC machining, like the maritime welding program. So some of those, we partner closely with different employers, and so we're able to connect individuals to different employment opportunities once they complete the program. So yeah, if you just work, we'll try to work with you or with the students, and then also instructors also have, you know, different connections to employers, and so you know, staying connected with workforce, WorkSource, and then staying connected with instructors will also be able to provide more opportunities for employment.
And also, you know, that there's a lot of people who haven't been to school for maybe a long time, and they were just doing, you know, they were working and they got laid off now. For them, going back to school is a you know, they get too much anxiety from going back to school and you know, relearning another career or doing something else. Is there resources at your office from the WorkSource that helps these people navigate through, you know, the schooling and education and everything, the curriculum, and just
Yeah.
to make them, you know, easy and comfortable, so they're able to complete their courses when, you know, when they attend the school?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of what our office is for. So workforce, yeah, we provide that type of support. We'll walk through the students, make sure that, you know, because it does take a lot of time also to figure out, you know, funding sources to pay tuition, if tools are required for that specific program. I mean, we work with the students to make sure that those things are set, and that they feel comfortable, because a lot of times, you know, that can be real stressful to kind of figure out how you're going to pay for school in the first place. And so we provide assistance with that. And then there's also, you know, if students are just getting, you know, if this is the first time they've gone to college, if they've been out of school for a while, there are different classes to take that, you know, provide that support throughout, you know, so that they can kind of refresh or kind of gain those, you know, those school skills that they may not have had. So yeah, we make sure to work specifically with students to make sure that they support it and, you know, are being successful. So.
If someone hasn't been to school, I mean, never been to a college, maybe they have a high school diploma, or some of them, they don't have a high school diploma. What is the starting point? But what would they do at the first thing if they want to go and attend the college? What's the first thing that they do?
So typically you'll work with an advisor. So we have specific advisors that we work with, who are familiar with workforce education. So if an individual doesn't have a high school diploma, some programs require placement testing. So a lot of times students will take math and English placement tests, and that's to see if students are ready for, you know, college level courses, or if they need a refresher to kind of start off basic skill to build up to college level courses. And so some individuals who may not have gone to college before will be required to take the placement tests to be able to get into a specific program.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
Anybody else has a question for Julius while he's here today? Okay.
Cool. Well, yeah, again, you have my contact information. If anybody comes up with any questions after this, free to send me an email or give me a call, or drop into our drop-in hours. I'm available for support. So yeah, just let me know if there's anything that I can assist with.
Yeah.
I have a question. This is Jamila. If somebody's trying to become certified in something, do you guys provide funding for that?
Yeah, so yeah, just depending on the type of certification. But yeah, like some of our professional, technical, and short-term training programs, you can earn a certificate in those, and we provide funding.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Julia, sorry, you mean funding like grants or scholarships?
Yeah, both. So, so like workforce funding, that's funding that doesn't have to be paid back. It's not a loan. So, yeah, if there's a certificate that we offer that somebody is interested in, and we can get them eligible for funding, they would be, grants and scholarships that we offer. And like the opportunity grant would be one, depending on the certificate or the program that an individual is interested in. Some of those are kind of dependent on the program. But once we kind of work with the student and figure out what they're interested in, we'll start to identify, what the funding sources would be.
Yes. The emergency funding you have to pay back at some point before you graduate, is that, or after you graduate?
No, so the emergency funds wouldn't have to be paid back. The only thing that would have to be paid back is if a student applies for financial aid, and they are offered loans. So if you accept a loan, that would be something that would have to be paid back. But anything that's a grant or a scholarship wouldn't have to be paid back.
For the there are two loans: the subsidized loan and unsubsidized loan. A lot of people get confused from the from one from the other. Like, which one do you have to pay back, and which one you don't have to pay back? So can you just talk a little bit about that for us, please?
Yeah, that's a good question. That I would want to leave up to kind of, financial aid to answer. But at South, what I've noticed is most people are eligible for grants, which don't have to be paid back. Not very often do I see people have to take out a loan and then, have to pay that back. But yeah, anytime you see a loan, that's most of the time you're gonna have to pay that back. In which usually when you receive an award, financial aid will notify the student. The student would have to go into their student portal and accept the award. So if they see that there's a loan offered, they'd have to accept it first. So at that point, once they see that a loan was offered, if they have more questions about whether or not it has to be paid back, that would be a time where then they can reach out and ask, before they accept it, if that's something that would have to be paid back or not.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other information that you would like to share other than what you've already given us?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else other than, we do have at South, we have different support groups on campus as well. So hopefully once we do get back on campus, you'll be able to connect with those different, student groups. That way you feel more a part of the campus community. But, with the pandemic and everything being remote, we do still have, our groups are able to meet via Zoom. So that's one other way to, be connected on campus, because the important thing about, staying connected somehow is you find out about different resources that you may not have known before. You may talk to somebody who is receiving some sort of support that you didn't know about before. And so being a part of those, student groups and staying engaged that way is also just beneficial. So I would encourage everybody to kind of go on our South Seattle College website and look up some of our student groups that we offer and see how you can get engaged. They may even have different job opportunities that you may not have known about before, internships, and things like that.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. Someone just joined us, and we will trying to join us.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and hopefully anybody that wasn't able to make it.
I recorded. So, Brother Omar.
Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, brother?
Alaikum assalam, brother. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm all right, brother.
Thanks for joining us. The brother just finishes the presentation, and I recorded it. If you have any question about the schooling and the vocational training and the pandemic, and you can ask Brother Julius if you would like to.
My thoughts about, be specific. Specific. What is that you want me to ask him about, or want me to chime in on?
No, we were talking about. Julius is from South Seattle Community College, the workforce department. He's a director over there.
Yeah.
He was here today to give the community information about schooling, specifically vocational training, people who have lost their jobs and trying to go back to school or get a new career or get some education. He had given us all the information before already earlier today. So if you have any questions about that, he's here to answer for you. And he also give us his information. If you have questions right now, if you don't have questions right now, you can't think of, you think it later, you can also contact him. His email and his phone number is in the chat room.
What I would say is that who's your focus group? Are we trying to get out to the communities and talk to some of these young sisters and brothers, especially young brothers who really don't have a lot of direction or don't know what they want to do?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of them, they need a lot of direction. And I think that, this information most definitely needs to be out in the communities. And, you have to get to the people who can go out to communities and get these information to them and things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely. And that was kind of the last piece that I was mentioning about some of our student groups that we offer on campus. One of the groups that we offer, or that we started at South Seattle College is our South Men of Color group. And so we try to stay connected, with our young male students, try to keep them engaged, because as we know, higher ed wasn't built for us. And so trying to figure out ways to maneuver the system. We have a handful of gentlemen on campus, faculty and staff of color who, first generation, low income, who want to provide, the support for individuals. So this may, college may be the first time. This may be the first time that they've been on a college campus. Maybe nobody in their family went to college, so they don't know the type of questions to ask. So we have that type of support, and we actually meet every Wednesday from 1 to 2. We all just kind of get together on Zoom with campus being closed. We just talk about, personal life things that are going on, different things that are going on campus, whether or not that's like, dealing with microaggressions from, instructors or, that type of thing. So that's kind of a place for us to get together, have a safe space to be able to talk about some issues that we're going through, barriers that we're trying to overcome. And so, yeah, South, we're actually doing it as a district. So we're in a district with Seattle Central and North Seattle College. And so we've tried to collaborate and start a district-wide men of color group. So we all are staying connected. And so at South Seattle College, like I was mentioning, we offer the, we call it SMOC, the South Men of Color Group. At Seattle Central, they offer the Fellas Friday. So every Friday they have a get together via Zoom, and they come up with different topics that they discuss at the Fellas Fridays. And then at North Seattle College, they're starting a group. And same thing, they just get together and talk about different things. And so as a district-wide support system, we also try to come up with different sources of funding. We try to get some grant funds that we can support our, male students of color, and just really be a support system and create a brotherhood on our campuses.
Man, I'm glad to hear that, man, because a lot of our young people, man, they're really out here. They're hurting, man. They're really hurting. A lot of them are, the way what this pandemic has done, it really has really shooken up things to the point where they couldn't be in classes to engage with people, at home and stuff. And some of these kids are thrown in depression,
Yeah.
and everything. So it's good that, you have
Well, thank you so much.
try to, bring these guys together to try to, help them out and things of that nature, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Julius, for coming today. And of course, if we want you another time, we have your information, and I'm sure that you don't mind coming back and talking to us again. I appreciate you, and we recorded this. We will share it, inshallah, and then if anybody has questions, we also have your information. And thank you again for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. It was nice to meet you all. And yeah, anytime, just reach out. Let me know if you'd like me to come and speak again via Zoom. And yeah, I look forward to, staying connected with you all and getting some people connected with the college. So yeah, if there's any questions that you need or have, just let me know.
Yeah, and also those groups that you have mentioned from the colleges, those are also very important, and we will try to look into joining those groups for more resources for our colored people. So thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice to meet you, Julius. Thank you so much for coming through today.
Thanks for coming through, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you everyone
you.
for joining us. And if you have any questions, the information is here. The website is here. And if you know anybody who is interested in these resources, you can also refer this to them. Anybody who will watch, then you can also look what you would like, and don't be afraid, don't be scared. And as Julia said, there's so many resources, so much resources at the college, and they will navigate you through everything. I appreciate you. Thank you, and I appreciate everyone who joined us today. And also, I would like to thank GBS for sponsoring this program, as they always do every Friday. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jazakallah khair.
Thank you.